lot of brothers don't want to hear this one, but you got to go semen retention, my boy. I ain't even gonna lie. You know, with lust has an appetite, and the more you feed it, the more it grows, and the more it's gonna want to be fed. You can never satisfy lust. Okay, we good. All right. YouTube, we back with another video, man, and today we discussing how to desexualize your brain. How can we desexualize our brains in this lust-filled society, in this culture that just pushes it so hard onto us, man? And to give y'all a little backstory, man, I myself was a slave to lust. I myself had an overly sexualized mind, and I couldn't go nowhere without sexualizing a woman. I couldn't go nowhere without undressing her with my mind. I couldn't go nowhere without at least commenting on it. It was just complete bondage. And if I wasn't undressing her in my mind, I was trying to engage in her in a way that later led to some form of undressing. So with that being said, been there, done it, and a lot of brothers are in this mentality and they see nothing wrong with it. And we see this on clear display whenever you talking to guys and all they talking about is women. All they talking about is sex. All they talking about is just lustful things. And then you have the brothers that are in it and they know it's wrong, but they having a struggle, you know, getting out of it. So I'm finna go down this list of everything. So I'm gonna pull out my marker, you know, tap the board a little bit, add a little pizzazz to the, you know, teaching. But anywho, number one, and this is a tough one, but it's definitely doable. And a lot of brothers don't want to hear this one, but you got to go semen retention, my boy. I ain't even gonna lie. You know, with lust has an appetite, and the more you feed it, the more it grows, and the more it's gonna want to be fed. You can never satisfy lust. It's going to be a constant, repetitive, you pouring into it, never feeling fulfilled, always feeling empty, but it's leaving you in that cycle. So you got to go on semen retention, whether you touching yourself or whether you laying up under a woman that you don't need to be laying up under, you're definitely gonna have to refrain from it, because what can feed lust better than releasing? It ain't no, because that's the very thing that we're trying to get to. Whenever you pursuing a woman, whenever you seeing a lot of lustful things on the internet, it's not enough for you to just see it. You want to have some type of engagement with it. And a lot of times it's either with yourself or you having sex with somebody. So with that being said, you're going to have to pull back, man. You're going to have to get off the website. You're going to have to tell that chick, hey, man, like, I'm choosing me, I'm choosing God, and that's just what it's got to be. But you're gonna have to start going on semen retention. And when you go on semen retention, you're gonna see the difference in everything that, you know, that you was operating in. You're gonna be able to see the newness, and you're gonna be able to see that filth that you was operating in. And it's hard for you to see it because you're in on it, you're close in on it, and you're operating in it. But once you start to get far removed and your mind, that brain fog start to leave, that anxiety starts to leave, that clarity start to come, you're able to look back and see how much error and how much lust you was moving in. And to be honest with you, it's a blessing, man. Because you're gonna be able to see clear as day, and you're gonna be like, bro, ain't no way it was that bad. You know, but when you in it, you know, it's kind of hard to tell. So you got to be on semen, you got to go on semen retention, my boy. You know, take it one day at a time and just start to see yourself as that man on the other side of this porn addiction. And just off this alone is going to help a lot, because you're not engaging in the extreme or the completed part of that lust, because lust want to get to a point to where it gets some type of release. You see what I'm saying? So semen retention, number one, you got to do. You gotta do it, my boy. And then you have social media fast. Either social media fast or social media cleanse. Like I said, lust has an appetite. So what we focus on, what we pour into it, is what feeds it. And a lot of times social media fast, social media is linked to our lustful desires, because we seeing a lot of attractive women on there. We seeing the music videos. We seeing the women posting stuff. And so it's keeping us in this lustful state. Every time we get on there, we seeing it, we commenting it, and we're not giving lust no break. Think about it like this: if you're not releasing, if you're not watching porn, if you're not having sex with a girl, you're on social media, and when you're on social media, you're seeing nothing but attractive women. So what you think you're gonna be thinking about all day? It's just lust all day. It's keeping you in a constant state of lust. You get a break by 30 minutes to an hour, you're doing something, and then you right back on social media and looking at attractive women. And this don't even count for whenever y'all out in public. You see what I'm saying? So if you we're not, man, we weren't created to see this much attractive women all at once. Like the internet, the way the world is now, that's not normal. You know, at the point in time where social media wasn't a thing, so you're able to see attractive women here and there. You know, you go here, go there. Now it's in your hand. See your phone, so you seeing it all day, every day, just seeing baddies and stuff, and it's keeping you in this lustful state. So you got to get off social media, man. Get clarity, go outside, go for walks, start working out, start journaling, actually get out and touch grass and feel the freshness of the creation that God has created, man. You know, so we give too much of our time to social media, and it's keeping us warped in the ways of the world. It's keeping us focused on, you know, and keeping us up to speed with things that don't even matter. Because let's be honest, you're honestly with with this social media stuff, most of the women that you lusting after, 99.9% of them, you're just feeding their insecurities that they feel about themselves. So when they get on social media, posting all kinds of ways, they want to feel better about themselves. And you do that by liking, by commenting, you know, whatever it is you're doing. Hopefully you're not subscribing. You see what I'm saying? And then it keeps you in this state of lust. So you definitely want to fast from social media. Give it a break. Get that clarity. Allow yourself to see your life without social media. You're going to actually feel like a person. You're going to feel alive. You're going to feel like reality is actually reality. But you got to unplug from this false reality that social media is. But also a social media cleanse. So this is for the guys who, whenever you come back to social media, or if you don't want to do a social media fast, although I highly advise it, I would say cleanse it. But do social media cleanse, period. You know, whether you come back to it or whether you don't do the fast. What you want to do is you want to filter out that nastiness, because the For You page is showing things for you. That's things that you've been liking, things that you've been interacting with. That's how the algorithm is built. So if you've seen a lot of filth on your For You page, on your timeline, it's because you've been entertained by a lot of filth. So you just cleanse it out. You know, you just get the lustful content out, bring in the stuff that's going to motivate you, things that's going to help you walk towards your goals, things that's going to help you build your relationship with God. It's that simple. Social media is what you make it to a degree. You know, I get it. You know, certain stuff that they push towards us, but they have a not interested button, my brother. They have a not interested button, so we can't just put it all day. They doing this, man. Look at your Explore page. They're gonna let you know everything you double tapping on, and that don't even count for the things that you doing in real life. You know what I'm saying? So definitely go on a social media fast, man. Clean up your diet, go for walks, hit the gym, start reading, start journaling, start meditating, start spending time with God, and that we're gonna talk about that, man. But yeah, then you'll start to see that you're no longer staying in that lustful state no more, because you're not constantly looking at things that's keeping your mind on lust, man. So definitely go on a social media fast or do a social media cleanse. Now, number 3. Cut out lustful music, TV. This one is slept on because a lot of people don't see the effect in it, or they're not aware of it, you know, or they minimize it and they don't think it have that big of an effect. But the music that you're listening to, when dudes talking about, you know, bust a dime, you know, like that type of lustful stuff is keeping you in that mindset. 'Cause let's be honest, man, I rap I still rap, but I don't make the music that I used to. But when you listening to rap music, it invokes a type of feeling. It makes you feel like you that guy. It makes you feel like you that dude. And on top of that, he talking about sleeping with chicks, hitting up chicks. It's gonna feed your ego. It's gonna puff you up. Now, I'm not saying you listen, and maybe you are. Maybe you're an R&B type of guy to where, you know, you listening to that sensual, you know, slow down stuff, and it's making you feel a little woozy goozy. I don't know, but most of the time it's rap music. But you don't think rap music to make you feel lustful. You thinking, I'm just feeling wild, I'm just feeling turned. But it's like, how is it that you reflecting the very thing that the rap artist you listening to rapping about? It's because those lustful seeds are being planted on you. It's puffing you up, making you feel like you're that guy, making you feel like, you know, you doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? And it is feeding that lust, bro. So, you know, don't allow your ego to bring you to a place of lust, and that bring you to a place of destruction, and it's going unchecked because you're not even realizing. I'll give you an example. We would tell the kids, or well, we would be told, you know, that those who tell us, they'll say, hey, the music that y'all listen to, y'all need to watch the stuff that y'all listening to. That stuff gonna have an effect on y'all. And we didn't think nothing of it. Even though we knew it was true at the time, but we just like, whatever. But we realized since we grown, we could listen to whatever kind of music and it don't have no effect on us. And it's like, that's a trap that we fall in, because we feel like we're not being affected when our lives are a reflection of the very things that we're listening to. So that's why we got to unplug from this matrix. TV, slept on. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the shows, the movies, they be having sex scenes, man, cut it out. The whole point of desexualizing your mind is just that, desexualizing your mind. Anything that's sexual, that's lustful, you unplug from it, you get away from it. You know, so TV, you know, sex scenes and movies and shows and stuff like that, that type of stuff, we think we grown. It's like, I don't need to look like I'm grown, like it is what it is, but it's like, it's really feeding that lust. Like these TV shows, the media, they know what they be doing, bro. It's to keep us in a state of lust. It's to keep us in pursuit of the pleasure of this flesh. So cut all that stuff out. So I'm gonna go through 1 through 3, then we're gonna get into number 4. So semen retention, social media fast, cut out lust for music, and TV. Number 4, build your relationship with God. See, here's the thing. Lust has a hunger, and lust is a desire. That's the thing. But it's an unhealthy desire that leads to destruction. So whenever you cut off yourself from lust, there's still a desire in you. The whole thing, now it comes to a point to where it is that you're going to place that hunger. Where is it that you're going to place that desire? Because the time and energy that you spend releasing, the time and energy that you spend on social media, the time and energy that you spend listening to music and TV, watching TV, it has to go somewhere. So when you unplug from it, you're not trying to just be standing around like the Sims, you know, and they waiting for you to click for them to do something. Like, nah, that time, that energy is gonna have to go somewhere, and that's where you plug in with God. You get right with God. So instead of scrolling on social media on social media, you're not reading your word. You're not journaling. You're not taking time out to pray. You're not taking time out to have fellowship and community with people. Actually get outside the house and get to know people. You see what I'm saying? So take it one step at a time, one day at a time, get to know God. How do you get to know God? You simply spend time with him. You don't know who God is? Say, hey, God, please reveal yourself. I'm seeking you. And you're going to see Jesus is going to come, because that's who God is. So with that being said, start building your relationship with God, because he already has an identity for you. It's just up to you to want to get in right with God and embrace that identity, because God didn't call us to be no perverts. God ain't call us to be no zombies on social media all day. God ain't call us to be lustful. God didn't call us to be gratifying the desires of this flesh. So when we get to know the one who created us, we start to know who we are and what's our purpose in this life. And it's God that's going to give you fulfillment. It's God that's going to give you intimacy. It's God that's gonna give you love, joy, and peace. You already know how it go. It don't matter how many women you sleep with. You know it don't give you peace. Because if it was at peace, you'd be good. But it's always some type of pursuit. I gotta get the next. I gotta get the next. I gotta hit her again. I gotta do that. Social media just keeps you doom scrolling. It's like, how many videos is enough? You see what I'm saying? And when you release it, when you watching porn, it's like, how many videos is enough? And the thing is, all this stuff brings awareness to how lost you are, how empty you may feel, but brings no solution. The thing is with God, he's going to bring it to your awareness, but God has the solution. He is the solution. So think about it like that. Would you want to be in a relationship with somebody who brings things things to you, make you aware of the things that you fall short in, or the things that you're empty in, or whatever the case may be, but ain't bringing no solution? And on top of that, they're the one pulling from you. That's what it looks like when you have a relationship with lust. It'll show you how empty you are. It will show you how unfulfilled you are. You know, it will pull from you and bring no solution. God, he gonna let you know. Oh, best believe he gonna let you know. But he's gonna fulfill you. So you have a relationship with God, not with lust. So that's how y'all gonna desexualize your mind. Number one, you're gonna go on semen retention, whether you watching porn or whether you having sex you ain't supposed to be having. You gonna unplug from it. You gonna be like, man, today I'm a new man. I'm done. I don't identify with that no more. I divorce myself from the spirit of lust in Jesus' name. Social media fast. You know what? I'm gonna give myself a break. Maybe a day, maybe 3, maybe a week or 2, 3, however. But you take that up with God. You know, and then from now, you know, you're gonna start to see the results. You're gonna start to see like, man, I was really tripping because I'm so close in on it. And then you're gonna start to cut out that lust for music and that TV. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna start to see like, dang, you're gonna start to look at the world and be like, man, the world is so perverted. And I can't believe I was caught up in this. But you got grace now, my brother. And number 4, build a relationship with the Lord. And from there, you will have that sense of fulfillment. You will have purpose. You will have peace. You will have love, and you'll have joy. And you'll start to see that lust was robbing you of all those things, and you ain't gonna want nothing to do with it. So make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, make sure y'all share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, and may God continue to be with y'all and bless y'all. Until next time.